Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ITTF's GAC Group 2015 World Tour. This is the Polish Open. I'm Adam Bobrow in Warsaw, Poland, and we have an exciting match coming up. It's the women's singles quarterfinals. It'll be Ning versus FENG Tianwei. An exciting battle between the world ranked #1, the most unbeaten, the world champion, the woman to take the title from Ning, the Queen of Hearts, versus FENG Tianwei. FENG Tianwei has been Athlete of the Year and the most talked about table tennis player in Singapore in modern history. FENG Tianwei on the right side of the screen, world ranked #6, 7th seed in this tournament, 29 years old and 8th in the race to Lisbon. She's extremely consistent, a wall, a master of angles, taking the ball quickly off the bounce, staying close, redirecting. But her opponent, Ning, the left-handed attacker, comfortable near and far from the table, is world ranked #1, the first seed in the tournament, and #5 in the race to Lisbon. From an experience standpoint, they both have tons of experience playing. Ning, at 25 years old, has been the top in the world now for some time. World champion, you saw her beating Liu Shiwen in a 7-game extravaganza through injury. FENG Tianwei, at 29 years old, has played very competitive table tennis for Singapore over the years. We'll see after the Olympics if she continues. But she's getting to that ripe age where experience meets demand on the body. They played 15 times and only twice FENG Tianwei has pulled victories out, although one of them was in their last 3 encounters at the Kuwait Open in 2013. So we'll see if FENG Tianwei can pull through. Andres La Rosa not on screen right now, but he is our head umpire from Paraguay. That's Ning on screen, of course. You'll have a chance to see our Polish assistant umpire, Maciej Peczakowski, in just a bit. Had a chance to watch Ning playing yesterday. She hasn't dropped a single game in this tournament. Came in the main draw, everything's been 4-0. The closest game she's had, actually, the only person to score more than 7 points against her was Russia's Yulia Prokhorova. Got 8 points against her, but so far Ning has been undefeatable in this tournament. Anything that's hit at her tends to come back even faster, well placed. She covers the middle well. Fast, agile. So FENG Tianwei on the other side of the draw has started off beating Carol Grundich from France, following that Hong Kong's Tia Yana, and then after that Shan Xiaona from Germany. FENG Tianwei has also not dropped a game yet, although she did have one deuce game, 11-13 against Shan Xiaona. So point for point, Ning has had the more impressive record, but neither player has dropped a game yet. See both players trying to stay loose, shake it out a bit. This is the second half of the day. Players came in earlier today to be competing for this spot here in the quarterfinals. Now this is one of the last tournaments of the year on the World Tour. We've got the Swedish Open coming up next month. But FENG Tianwei, Ning, and many other players are in the race to Lisbon for the World Tour Grand Finals. That'll be coming up in December in Lisbon, Portugal. They need to have played 5 tournaments, 2 different continents, to qualify for the World Tour Grand Finals. Though both of these players are in good positions. FENG Tianwei's pulled off some surprise victories over top players in the world recently. This year has been a good year for FENG Tianwei, especially considering she's at 29 years of age. We've seen FENG Tianwei struggle against defensive players here and there throughout the year. I think this is going to be a question of quite, I'd say, confidence for FENG Tianwei. She's really going to have to come into this with a specific plan against Ning. Ning's service variety, fast long serves, the unpredictability of where they're going to be. Her variety of serves, from the fancy swan serve to the tomahawk and reverse tomahawk, makes her quite difficult to set up a plan against. She does not have a lot of weak spots in her game. This is going to be a best-of-7 match. Of course, the left-handed player, Ning, has the advantage of playing angles. Also, as a right-handed player, it's far more common. Lefties, much more rare in table tennis, so The element of surprise, changing up the game, having the forehand on the opposite side of the table than Feng Tianwei is used to. So we'll see right now if the Queen of Hearts can win the hearts of fans here in Warsaw, Poland. Popular all over the world for her demeanor on and off the court. Feng Tianwei is going to start us off with the serve, love all. So Feng Tianwei showing a bit of power right out of the gates. Coming out strong, but overshooting and misreading the underspin. Patient play, Feng Tianwei. Soft hands on the receive, the third ball that is. Little break off the top of the net from Ning, but right off the bounce. She's quick, doesn't back off the table. Another break off the top of the net, but the backhand strong from Ning. She's also quite comfortable turning the corner to get the inside-out forehand on the backhand corner. That's 3 in a row for Ning. Seen the hand go up in apology for the last 3 shots that have clipped the top of the net to win the point. Big shots throughout the rally from Ning, off the bounce, working both sides of the table. Demonstrating she can cover the forehand very well, even a little off balance. Quickly recenters. Ning working the parallel line right there. Short side of the table, hitting it behind Feng Tianwei. Too smart, waiting for Feng Tianwei to turn around and take the forehand from the middle of the body and then blocks it out wide to the forehand side. See it again right here. Just a little bit of an opening and Ning runs right through that door. Feng Tianwei covering that ball, keeping it deep on the table, wide as well. Shuts down Ning's opportunities to play the wide angles back. Feng Tianwei trying to stay loose out there. Now, one thing you might not be able to see from home, how much underspin Ning gets on that shot right off the bounce. The timing and the wrist action coming under that ball. Feng Tianwei really working it this time. Right down the middle of the table, gets Ning to back off a step and turn on 2 balls with that forehand. Pulls the same trick wide out to the forehand side following it. Smart play pushing Ding Ning further back. Ding Ning could have anticipated the ball out to the forehand, but right back into the body from Feng Tianwei. Top of the net now. It was looking like a one-way street for Ding Ning, but Feng Tianwei is getting closer here. Just down by 3. Second serve for Ding Ning. Clever idea, but Ding Ning keeps it low, deep on the table as it sneaks under the racket of Feng Tianwei. It's 4 game points for Ding Ning. See how deep on the table that ball bounced. And also how Feng Tianwei takes her swing. Short stroke, tries to get it right off the bounce. Will not back up. A little bit of a pressured shot, little rushed. It's Ding Ning who takes game 1, 11 points to 6. We'll be back with game 2 just after this short break. Both the players are back at the table. Ding Ning leading 1 game to 0, starting us off with the serve in game 2. Feng Tianwei had a good opportunity there after a bit of a misreceive. Got right back in the point, came into the table, saw the opening, but just overdid it on the backhand punch shot. And that's the comfort I'm talking about from way off the table. Ding Ning popping it up, keeping it right at the baseline. Still able to keep Feng Tianwei from winning that point. Look at this again. A little bit of side spin on the ball. Tries to go inside out wide. Has trouble staying on top of it. Excellent defensive play from Ding Ning. Back edge of the table for Feng Tianwei, gets a break and takes the point. I think we're going to have to see some tactical changes from Feng Tianwei. Right now, the rallies, the power is more with Ding Ning, the speed is more with Ding Ning. I think there's going to have to be some service variation, some element of surprise from Feng Tianwei. It's a good idea, plays wide out to the forehand and deep behind her. Surprising angles, Feng Tianwei staying close is able to do this. But the pressure on the last ball, again, loaded with spin from Ding Ning, just too much. Heavy spin again on that push, deep into the backhand side, and Ding Ning extends the lead to 3. This is the wall, the Queen of Hearts here. Right into the backhand, comes back even faster, deep on the table. High-paced blocks make it difficult for Feng Tianwei to recover, get ready for another attack shot close to the table. know that serve drifts off the table just a little bit. It's right at the back edge. Feng Tianwei can't take a confident full swing at it. Half-long serves can either bounce a second time or just barely come off like that. Feng Tianwei is going to have to make the adjustments, reading the spin from Ning. Several pushes have been driven into the net. A nice defensive play. Feng Tianwei with a chop block and sent way out into the backhand corner. But it's 8 game points for Ning, up 10-2 to take a 2-0 lead. Another chop attempt from down low. Feng Tianwei not comfortable off the table. It's 11-2 for Ning. A 2-0 lead. We'll be back for game 3 after this short break. We're back for game 3. Feng Tianwei starting off with the serve, down 0-2 in games. Well-placed serve. Ning having trouble at the back edge. So the first point there went to Feng Tianwei now with their second serve. Well played again. Feng Tianwei takes the first 2 points of the game. The score on screen is not the correct score. It's 2-0 for Feng Tianwei over Ning. Feng Tianwei tying her score from last game. Beautiful service placement. Feng Tianwei caught jammed in the middle of the body. Well, she overshot that last counter off the backhand. It's nice to see the intention. She's clearly going for the angles, trying to play the middle of the body, get Ning off balance a little bit, playing aggressively. A little bit less predictable play from Feng Tianwei. Even when she's spinning it, it just seems like Ning is very comfortable reading the spin, countering it. The pace is not too much for her. With the long serve into the body, it's going to have to be a little bit faster than that. Really going to have to surprise Ning and set up a better third ball for Feng Tianwei. It's a pretty lukewarm long serve into the body. Right now, Ning is leading 4 points to 2. Outstanding point, counter looping rally of the match so far. Ning holding her ground in the middle of the table. Feng Tianwei from deep in the backhand court gets around for a few of these loops. Look at the side spin on that ball, and finally Ning playing to the middle of the table to take the point. The score on screen is reversed right now. Ning leading 5 points to 2. So just a reminder, Ning leading 6 points to 2. Feng Tianwei trailing. There's the angle. Ning putting a foot into the barrier. Could hear the sound from off camera. Feng Tianwei getting it early. The lob a little bit closer to the net. Feng Tianwei takes it early, plays the inside of the ball and bends it out wide, out of reach. Ning covering that middle like it's no problem. Arches are back up. You might remember how she rolled her ankle in the World Championships. Game 7, quite a similar shot, right into the body, leaning the upper body out of the way. Best receive from Feng Tianwei I've seen this match. And the fourth ball, the follow-up, really how to exploit a beautiful, soft, short receive. Break off the edge of the table with the inside-out forehand follow-up. Smart play, saw Ning anticipating it out to the forehand side and spins it with the backhand behind Ning's body. Feng Tianwei at 5-7 right now. Soft touch from Ning, barely coming off the table. Both players using the soft touch, the short game quite effectively. And this time it's just a little bit higher. Feng Tianwei gets the shot, but it's well anticipated, and Ning's there for the cross-court shot to follow. One more time. It's a powerful opening shot from Feng Tianwei, but not enough to stop Ning. Feng Tianwei finding a nice rhythm when Ning starts to move to the forehand side, hitting it behind her. It's worked a few times so far in the last few points. Again with the angular shot, wide out to the forehand, sending Ning away from the table. Feng Tianwei really working. Watch her turn there. When she takes the shot, it's very difficult to tell where she's going to go with it. Misleads a little bit with the shoulders, keeps her shots unpredictable, and takes the point. Just missing off the top of the net, long. The step around shot from Ning, and Feng Tianwei running wide to the forehand. We've seen a few strong counter looping rallies so far, but they've mostly gone in the favor of Ning, who has 3 game points now. Beautiful shot. Ning clips the top of the net. Feng Tianwei keeps it in play. And then the put away, saving 1 game point at the 3rd towel break. There it is, Ning saving the top of the net, and the follow-up out wide to the forehand. Some pressure right now for Feng Tianwei. Still 2 more game points for Ning. Several shots in a row. Feng Tianwei can hit a good one, but knows she has to get ready for a follow-up. Inside out forehand, deep to the backhand to follow it up. 2 game points saved. Taking the ball early on the rise, getting right back and ready, a step behind the table. And the timeout to Ning's corner. And this is important. Ning goes up 3-0. It seems highly unlikely that Feng Tianwei is going to get her 3rd match win out of 16 performances and encounters on the World Tour. But 2-1, a little bit of momentum and confidence for Feng Tianwei. So Feng Tianwei, the first one back, always comes back with some fun hair out of the timeouts. That's the I don't care hair. Ning now with her 2nd serve. Heard some discussion about the Facho The serve. Looks like we're going to get to see the reverse tomahawk the first time this match. Break off the top of the net. Feng Tianwei survives the timeout and the reverse tomahawk serve. Ding Ning's hobbling around, holding her knee. Looks like there's some injury out here. Not calling more attention to it. She's going to play through. So 3 straight points for Feng Tianwei at deuce now. Well placed Ding Ning with the counter to the long cross-court shot. Strong opening from Feng Tianwei. She's continued to play well. The big step round and still gets to the next ball wide to the forehand. Seems a little bit fooled by Ding Ning's placement right into the body. So another game point, 4th one for Ding Ning. Top of the net from Ding Ning and a top of the net right back. Feng Tianwei saves another game point. Second deuce point in game 3. Look at these angles. Ding Ning going to the ground for the second time this point. Feng Tianwei is not stopping, not giving up. Inside out forehand after inside out forehand, expecting everything to come back. The quality of that shot from down low by Ding Ning, even about a foot below the table, manages to loop it just over the net. And that is some much needed exhaling right there. Game point for Feng Tianwei. Changing up the service here a bit. Break off the edge of the racket. Feng Tianwei a little bit rushed on that backhand, reaches out in front, misses the contact. That was Feng Tianwei's first game point after defending 4, saving 4 game points. Neither player going to the towel at the 4th towel break. Top of the net, but it stays on Feng Tianwei's side. Another game point for Ding Ning. Inside out forehand finds the net. Ding Ning escapes. After many attempts, it's 14-12. Ding Ning with the closest game yet. Takes a 3-0 lead. We'll see if Feng Tianwei can come back. Game 4 just after this. And a quick start to game 4. Ding Ning takes the first point. And from this angle, it looked like not the strongest receive. A bit of a break from Feng Tianwei. Either way, she takes the point, breaks the serve. This is one adjustment Feng Tianwei's made quite well. She's really getting her legs and back into the lift against the heavy push that Ning gets over the table. Two in a row. Heavy push right into the body, but the backhand lifts no problem, and Ning down 1-3 right now with the serves. It's a strong serve, fast to the middle. Feng Tianwei making a quick decision to turn. Still gets a solid forehand in on the receive. This is a completely different Feng Tianwei than we've seen the last 3 games. She really started to come alive last game, but she's playing soft over the table. Her touch, her receives are much stronger, very precise with her placement on every shot. Seems quite efficient with her attacks as well. Look how comfortable Feng Tianwei looks out there. Sees the spin of Ning, knows exactly how to respond, closes the racket, just keeps it in play. Low to the net, ready for the next shot. And a fast long serve to mix it up. Haven't seen many long serves. First one I recall from Feng Tianwei. Bit of inside out spin there from the pendulum position, Ning. It's only her second point this game though. Feng Tianwei in a good position to put a game on the board. Beautiful shot, countered right off the bounce out to the backhand side, and Ning has no chance to reach that ball. Inside out forehand, the backhand wide, and as soon as Ning's a step back and off balance, that's when she jumps in. Yes, Feng Tianwei with the backhand counter loop, turning and hooking it with the forehand loop. Comfortable off the table and on right now. This is what confidence can do for you. Took that ball down low, came around the outside of it. Quality of point is getting better every game. Well spun, Feng Tianwei waiting at the back of the table, sees it come off and gets the opening attack. 7 game points for Feng Tianwei. And a missed serve, the second most dominant game this match. Feng Tianwei 11 points to 3 gets her first game. We'll see if the comeback continues game 5 just after this break. And As the players come back to the table, Feng Tianwei is going to have the serve, down 1-3. That last game was a complete change of character and attitude from Feng Tianwei. Almost made Ning look nervous out there. Beautiful shot again. Feng Tianwei coming in over the table, getting back up for the shot. Inside out forehand. She's playing the angles. She's fast to move. Quick and ready. All those shots with her forehand from the middle of the table, even on the body. And this time tries to play the short side of the table with the backhand off the heavy push from Ning. Look at that angle, so wide, exits the side of the table. Ning can't reach it at full extension. The advantages of staying close to the table. You step back, you lose that opportunity to hit it out wide. The setup shot was the shot to the short side of the table, the backhand from Feng Tianwei. Right now, Feng Tianwei is changing her patterns every single point. Just when you think you know where she's going to go, she plays somewhere different. That time right into the body instead of playing wide to the forehand. Little break off the top of the net and a follow-up loop from Ning. Back edge, Feng Tianwei recovering. A little bit of net action there, and in the backcourt, you don't see Feng Tianwei winning too many points from that far back. And then the hooking loop right there. No chance. Ning still takes a good swing at it, though. Even placed into the body, Feng Tianwei manages to keep it low enough to keep the pressure on Ning. It's as deep as can be, catches the back edge of the table. Quick apology from Ning. Now, despite clipping the edge, that is how you're going to do a long serve. It's got to be fast and as deep as possible on the table. Bit of side spin coming into Feng Tianwei's backhand does not bother her. One thing that separates the world-class players from, say, just outside the top 100, ability to focus. And Feng Tianwei is really focusing clearly out here right now. Another break for Ning. 2 in a short time span. Could get inside the head of Feng Tianwei. She's going to let it roll off her back. We think. A similar serve to the last one that clipped the back edge of the table. It's the deep, long, into the backhand reverse tomahawk. Timeout called for Feng Tianwei. There's definitely been a momentum shift from 5-2 Feng Tianwei, only taking 1 of the next 4 points. And it's funny how a little break or two can actually cause more than just a point, but affect the confidence of the player, make them hesitant. Last time Feng Tianwei saw that serve, it caught the back edge. Maybe she's a little bit predicting, anticipating, or even overly cautious. You saw the ice pack on the back of the neck for Ning. Common strategy out here. Ai Fukuhara quite commonly has an ice bag on the back of her neck at every time out between every game. They say for the lower stem of the brain, having an ice cube there can be quite refreshing, rejuvenating even for the body. So back from the timeout, still a 1-point lead for Feng Tianwei. Second serve here for Ning. Half long just comes off the table to the middle. Change of placement, wise variation on that placement from Ning. Signature serve right there. Could see how the stroke of Feng Tianwei was a bit jammed, a bit handcuffed at the back of the table. But that's a much looser, more free shot. Steps around, fully commits. And just one shot is often not enough for Feng Tianwei. She's got to get back and cover the middle, which she's done successfully several times in the last 2 games. Little hesitation there. Feng Tianwei comes in for the over-the-table shot and then pulls back for the stroke. Difficult block to the short side, loaded with spin from down low. Ning has been very effective with that reverse tomahawk, earning 3rd balls. See the hesitation again. Feng Tianwei looked like she wanted to flip, goes for the push out to the forehand and can't keep it short. Strong read on the receive. Feng Tianwei gets it fast into the backhand, sees the spin. A little bit of topspin, comes back with some pace into the backhand, and it's tied at 8 each. Excellent receive right there. Ning out wide to the forehand again. 2 points away from moving on to the semifinals. Ning cracking through the ball a few times. You could hear the sound, how hard she hits that. Has earned herself 2 game points and 2 match points at that to move on. Right on the elbow of Feng Tianwei. Perfect placement on those loops from Ning. Here comes the reverse tomahawk again for the match. Well countered, the step around again. Feng Tianwei, the crowd getting behind her. They want to see this match continue. 1 match point saved. Feng Tianwei with a very risky, deep receive to the far corner on the forehand side. Heavy spin, but not as much as Ning thought was on it. The ball dips below and it's deuce. Feng Tianwei has saved many game points in this match, and 2 match points right there. Now has the serve to be in the driver's seat. Whole lot of thinking going on out there for every bounce. That's a bit of a break. Ning a little bit high, placed it wide to the forehand though. Feng Tianwei looked like she was waiting on the backhand corner, a little late to get there, and it's another match point for Ning. There it is, Ning takes it 12-10, a deuce game. And what a struggle it ended up becoming for Ning after the first 2 games. It did not appear that it would be such a tough match, but Feng Tianwei fighting to come back turn things around in game 4. You can see the recap right there, but Ning, the world champion, world ranked #1 and top seed in this tournament, will be moving on to the women's singles semifinals. Stick around, we've got another match coming up in just a little bit. It's going to be Ai Fukuhara of Japan and Liu Shiwen of China. Stay tuned.
对，后面的显得有点被动。
我全是被动下意识一防守的。
没有上去，你不像前面他接的不太好的，你老罩住他了。